Lingkar Gagasan Perempuan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Woman Ways, Lingkar Gagasan Perempuan. It is a podcast produced by the Study Center of Women and Children by UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, Indonesia. I am Fikri Emeraldine, serve as your host today. In this today episode, we are very lucky to have a very special guest. He is Captain Kamles Kumar Agnihotri, or usually I call him Captain KK. He is a retired naval officer and senior fellow at the National Maritime Foundation in India. We met for the first time during our program in Taiwan called Taiwan Fellowship in 2024, and I was very lucky because I got chance to meet him again during his visit in Surabaya, Indonesia in the end of 2024 as well. And at that time, he was filling the invitation to an event with the Indonesian Navy and also the Red Cross Society to discuss about the world's issues. And today's episode, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic that is dedication to our nation, lessons from heroes in Indonesia and India. So, before we dive into our topic discussion today, I am going to explain a brief biography of Captain KK. Captain KK has a long and distinguished career. He served as a naval officer, specializing in the missiles and gunnery, and he even commanded a landing ship in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. He is also a qualified remote sensing analyst and satellite imagery interpreter. After retiring, he became a senior fellow at the National Maritime Foundation in India, where he focuses on the Chinese Navy, India-China relations, maritime security, and high technology developments. He has authored 8 books and has presented the research results to around the world, especially or including the USA, China, Taiwan, and also the Philippines. And now, let's get started to our discussion, how we can dedicate ourselves to our nation by learning lessons from our heroes from Indonesia and also India. Hello, Captain. Okay, Captain, let's start with the simple question first. What does integrity towards your country mean to you? And how can we as individuals implement this notion to our daily lives? So what do you think, Captain?
Integrity towards my country, to me, is about being true to the values and principles that makes a nation great. It means living by the ideals that bring us together, like respect for the others, justice, fairness, and unity. Integrity is about how we act in our daily lives, whether that's being honest in our dealings, respecting the law, contributing to society, or caring for the environment. For individuals, showing integrity starts in the smallest moments. If you are in a position of authority or leadership, make sure that your actions are guided by the well-being and welfare of others rather than being just for your personal gains. It is a constant commitment to doing what is right even when no one is looking. It means that each one of us holds ourselves accountable for our actions and for contributions to the community.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer, Captain. Okay, the second question is that in Indonesia, we celebrate Heroes Day annually in November. And we do it to celebrate the contributions of many heroes, including heroines like R.A. Kartini. She is a famous hero for her fight for women's rights and education in the early of 20th century. Kartini believed that education was the key to empowering women and lifting them out of inequality. And my question is, does India also have female heroes who is still inspiring people today? Can you share a story about one of them, Captain?
Yes, certainly. India has a rich history of inspiring female heroes, and their contribution is just as relevant today as it was during their time. These women were not just brave, but also visionary, breaking barriers in ways that still resonate today. It is often said that India's women have always played a crucial role in shaping the nation. From the early freedom fighters to the leaders in the modern world, their stories tell us about courage, resilience, and determination. In that respect, I will flag just two examples. Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi was a symbol of resistance and valor during the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. Her fight against the British rule inspired countless others to rise to the injustice. Post India's independence, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, India's first female prime minister, led the nation through countless challenges, including India-Pakistan War of 1971, during which the Indian Defence Forces freed the then East Pakistan out of the cruel clutches of West Pakistan and helped create a new nation named Bangladesh. The overall political direction of this war by Mrs. Indira Gandhi more than proved that women can lead with both authority as well as the iron will.
Wow, that's a great story. And if you still remember back then, when I represented Indonesia and you represented India during our Taiwan Fellowship program, I told you that I am a lecturer, an educator in a university. Sometimes I also faced challenges or difficulties during doing my job. And to overcome the challenges, sometimes I think about the struggle that R.A. Kartini had. I think that if R.A. Kartini, with her limitations, her struggle, could fight for the rights for women, then I, with all of the opportunities and also privileges, I think I can do my best for continuing her legacy, right? And then, could you share your opinion, sir? How can people, especially young women, contribute to their country's development and make a difference?
See, the contribution of young women, especially today, is vital to the development of any country. There are a whole lot of opportunities now, whether it is in leadership, business, education, or social work, that are waiting to be shaped by the energy, ideas, and talents of the young women. The contribution of young women to the national development, I would like to highlight three specific examples. Firstly, education and skill development. Education is the foundation of progress. Women who pursue higher education and vocational skills contribute significantly to the workforce and the economic growth. Secondly, participation in the services sector. Women have emerged as vital contributors to India's service sector, which forms the backbone of nation's economy. Approximately 30% of India's service sector workforce comprises women, reflecting their increasing presence in the fields like IT, healthcare, education, and finance. Thirdly, their role in the defense forces. Young women in India are making commendable strides in defense. Women now account for approximately 4% of Indian Army, 10% of the Indian Air Force, and 6% of the Indian Navy. With policy changes allowing for the expansion of their roles in combat also, the contribution of women to the national security are set to grow significantly. While on the subject of meaningful contribution by young women, I would like to highlight the incredible work being done by my own organization, That is the National Maritime Foundation. Here, women are not just participating, but they are leading in many aspects. In fact, women at NMF surpass men in numbers and contribute significantly to the nation's maritime domain development through meticulous policy recommendations and research.
Wow, totally agree with you, Captain. And I'm very thankful for your explanation. You have shared a lot of data. You must have done very deep research on that. We appreciate it so much. And the next one is question about the lessons from India and Indonesia. I think, in my opinion, both Indonesia and India have strong traditions of patriotism. What lessons can we learn from each other to strengthen our sense of dedication to our nations, Captain?
India and Indonesia indeed share rich histories of cultural diversity and resilience, underpinned by strong traditions of patriotism. Both nations have faced colonial rule and emerged as sovereign states with unique identities, offering valuable lessons on fostering unity, resilience, and national dedication. As far as what Indonesia can learn from India, I would flag only one particular issue, that is the unity in diversity. India's identity as a pluralistic society is one of its greatest strengths. With over 1600 languages, multiple religions, and diverse cultural practices, India has institutionalized the concept of unity in diversity through its constitution and democratic framework. So, what is the significance for Indonesia? As a nation of over 17,000 islands and more than 300 ethnic groups, Indonesia shares similar multicultural ethos. So, the biggest takeaway for Indonesia should be the importance of policies and institutions that promote inclusivity, ensuring that diversity becomes a source of strength rather than of division. As for lessons from Indonesia for India, I have not had a chance to make a critical appraisal of the women-centric policies followed by the Indonesian government and the cultural norms and traditions which place the women at the center of the national or societal development in Indonesia. But from whatever little I have observed, I can say with confidence that if the Indonesian women have the freedom and choice to decide about how they should lead their life, where they can work, and what they can wear, and how they can contribute to the betterment of their country and the community, then this model of broad-based women empowerment should be a lesson for many countries in the world.
Thank you very much, Captain. And that's our viewers, how we can learn the lessons from the heroes from Indonesia and also India. And last but not least, let me ask you the final question. Lastly, Captain, as someone with vast experience and knowledge, what message would you give to young women in Indonesia and India about staying committed to their countries?
See, to the young women of Indonesia as well as India, you must believe in your strength, follow your dreams, and embrace every opportunity to make a difference. Challenges will come, but remember, every step you take, no matter how small, shapes your future and inspires others. Trust in your abilities, stay true to your values, and know that your voice matters. Remember, you are capable, you are sufficient in numbers, and you are powerful. Just keep moving forward. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Captain KK, for sharing your thoughts and stories with us today. It is really inspiring to hear about the dedication to our countries and how women have played such important roles in both Indonesia and India. Thank you very much. And to all our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Women Ways, Lingkar Gagasan Perempuan. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we can do for our countries and how we can honor the legacy of our heroes. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.